you become very dangerous when you learn to think for yourself. And I mean that in a very good way. I want you guys to learn to think for yourself. And that is to get to the soul of who you are, your intuition, your inner child. All of this is related to your inner child. So let's talk today about how to change our thoughts and our words and how it's going to change your life for the better. Hi everyone, I'm Sarah Evangeline. Welcome back to my channel. We talk about spiritual awakening, inner child healing, as I believe the two are related, and self-development. So let me know why you're here. Subscribe to my channel. It will really help the channel grow, and I would love to know how this video is resonating for you. Now, the thing is that I literally just got back from Newfoundland late last night. I have amazing friends where I left my car, parked at their house, free parking, saved a lot of money, you know, super happy about that. Grateful to have friends that would do that for me. And then I went to go pick up the car this morning, literally turned the corner off their street. I hit something, I don't know what I hit, and it tore a big rip in my tire. And it's like, okay. And it was really critical. The reason why I bring this example up, it literally just happened a couple hours ago. And the reason why I bring it up is because I wanted to talk today about how we talk to ourselves, the story we create in our mind, and how much the voices that we talk to ourselves with influences our reality. And so in that moment, it was really easy to be hard on myself, to belittle myself, to go, oh my goodness, Sarah, like, come on, you parked there to save money and you did this. Now, we are allowed to have negative thoughts. I want to be clear on that. This is not a video to tell you you can never be negative again, because if I were to tell you that, it's really bad advice. It is so much more than just positive and negative thinking. And I've often said in my line of work is that, you know, just having a positive thought, just that alone is like a band-aid on a wound. It's not getting to the heart of the issue. And actually changing the way we think to ourselves is one of the key steps that I teach inside the Soul Talk Method. And the Soul Talk Method is my signature program to help people heal their inner child, free themselves from the past, and step deeper into their spiritual awakening. So today I'm also giving you a little bit of insight into how this can change your life. And this is partly why I call it the Soul Talk Method, is because self-talk, positive or negative, is just the surface level. A lot of it is programming, a lot of it is autopilot, it's set beliefs that were given to us, and you become very dangerous when you learn to think for yourself. And I mean that in a very good way. I want you guys to learn to think for yourself, and that is to get to the soul of who you are, your intuition, your inner child. All of this is related to your inner child. So let's talk today about how to change our thoughts and our words and how it's going to change your life for the better. The question I want to ask you guys as you reflect on the things that you're speaking over your life, the thoughts that you have every day, the intentions, the internal intentions, I want to ask you, who are you? Who are you? And so many people don't know how to answer that. And let me clarify. If I were to tell you or ask you, who are you, without your name, without your house, without your job title, without your any label, like, who are you? We have really been programmed and almost conditioned that we are what we do, we are not who we are. Now, everything that we do does influence who we are, but we gotta get to who we are first. And this relates to that because what is the story that you're speaking over your life? What is the story you believe about yourself? Your belief system is huge. So if you wake up every morning thinking you're unworthy, some examples are, I don't deserve love. I lived in that one for a very long time. Kept on attracting in and allowing men into my life that were emotionally unavailable. And what it was reflecting back to me was the fact that I was emotionally unavailable to myself. I hadn't met those parts of myself. So of course it makes sense looking back now going, yeah, I mean, and it was growth. It was all growth. But it was because I believed that I didn't deserve it. And even right now, right today in my life, what I'm calling in is I allow peace in my life. I allow love into my life, because it can be so easy when you are a trauma survivor, when you've had childhood stuff come up in adulthood, which is what this channel is all about and what I hope I'm helping you navigate through, is just it's sometimes easier to gravitate to chaos or to think chaos is love. So much of the work is redefining our belief system. So I want you to keep that in mind of just what are your values? Really, really know what your values are. Hone in on your belief system, because your belief system is dictating your thoughts, and your thoughts are then dictating your actions and what you perceive around yourself. We are not really in control of our outer world, but we are. We are in a way in control of our outer world when we take control of our inner world, and we really are intentional and more mindful of what we are thinking and putting out into the atmosphere. Another really good reminder is talk about things that you want versus things that you don't want. And I mean, I kind of laugh at myself because part of me is like, I didn't want to have to pay for parking when I was in Newfoundland. And I told a lot of people, you know, I don't have to pay for parking. I'm so grateful for my friends. And then, and you have to learn to laugh because it is what it is. And, you know, it can happen to anyone. I think if you have a car, you know. But I was talking to people like, I don't want to have to pay for parking, when instead, maybe I needed to shift my focus and just talk about the fact that I was in Newfoundland with my best friend and we were doing lots of fun stuff. Who cares about the car? It's over there. It's back in Ontario. Who cares? But we do that. We fixate and we focus on things we don't want, and we don't realize that that in itself is manifesting in some type of something in our outer world. Be mindful of that. Be mindful of if you're gossiping about someone, if you're judging someone. All of that influences your inner world, which then again influences your outer world. We love to talk about other people. We love to judge that person for doing something that we wouldn't have done. And what you focus on grows. What you focus on manifests. You can't argue that. And so we really want to fit in. We really, really do. That is our inner child wounds screaming at the top of the hill. We want to fit in. But again, this goes back to the belief system. If you were to believe that you belonged anywhere you went, you wouldn't have to do certain things to fit in that weren't part of who you truly are. So change your story. Be more mindful of your belief system. I have heard so many conversations of people belittling themselves. Oh, I didn't go to the gym all winter. Oh, me too. It's so bad of me not to go to the gym. That alone is you belittling yourself. And so I also want you to be mindful of who you are allowing speak into your life. Okay? This is a key aspect. Who are you allowing speak over your life? Is it someone who has a lot of doubt, someone who gossips a lot? Be really mindful of how you're spending your time, who you're spending your time with, because they're also speaking over you. And I'm not saying that you need to cut out all of your friends and that they're bad because they gossip. It's just you get to set the tone for some of your friendships and the dynamics that are there. You can say things like, you know what? Teresa, she's not present today, so I don't feel comfortable talking to her. This is going to also help you establish some boundaries over what you let into your mind. People, even the lyrics of the songs that you're listening to. So this is a big one. I remember my one friend, she had these beautiful values, and yet the music was contradicting her values. And I told her what the lyrics were. And her response to me was, well, I just like the beat. But there's a scripture verse that says, our words are life or death. Your words are life or death. But that doesn't mean just your words. It's also the people in our life, the songs we're listening to, the movies that we are watching, all of that brings into your inner world, which then dictates your outer world. The way you talk to yourself is going to change your life. These little things that might seem mundane, they might seem, oh, Sarah, like I've tried that already. Stick with it. And also, I want to just remind you, if you're having a lot of low moments in your life, remember that that's normal. We are human beings. We're going to have low days. We're going to have negative thoughts. We're going to need to vent. We're going to need to complain. But I think that there's a beautiful, sacred way in how we can do it. Get a journal book. This is mine. I actually created this. I'm going to share it. It's beautiful. It feels so good. I'm actually going to share the link below because it's actually a beautiful creation of mine that one of my examples was, if you need to vent, if you need to release these low moments, absolutely you need to. You need to get it out of your system. There's just a healthy way to do it versus an unhealthy way. If you're talking to 10 different people about this one person that hurt you, you're doing actually a lot of damage to yourself because you're reliving it every single time you tell that person. You're actually putting your nervous system through it again. And that's something that I've had to learn. So get yourself a journal book and release it that way. Write out what you learned. Focus on what you learned about it, not what this person and the awful thing that they did to you. There is healthy ways to release it. You know, have a safe place, safe person, a coach, a therapist that you can talk to things about with them, where there's no bias, there's no gossip where it trickles onto other people. You know, if you were to go tell someone in your family or a friend that has mutual friends, it can just escalate or get a lot worse than what you were intending. So I'm just going to restate that your words hold power. They're life or death. Every morning when you wake up, set an intention. How do you want to feel today? What are you calling in today? What are you allowing? What are you going to let go of? Something that I've been speaking over my life is let the magic begin. I'm excited for the magic. Even the thing with my tire, it is what it is. I'm grateful that I have a car to drive me to where I am. And you know what also it's teaching me? That I am worthy to spend money on myself for parking. I don't need to cheap out on that. So again, what you focus on grows. So perspective is key. The story that you're telling yourself, hone that in, bring that in, do some internal work of really being more mindful of what story am I telling myself? Is there a story of me believing that I'm unworthy because of something that happened years ago? Am I feeling unworthy because of something my mom or my dad told me about myself that's not true? This is another thing. Is the story you're telling yourself true? Is it even true? If you believe you're unworthy of love, if you believe that you're not as smart as you can be, I'm here to tell you it's not true. You are a divine human being. You are a warrior. You're a goddess. You are divine. You are here for a purpose. So rewrite your story. Rewrite your belief systems. Rewrite these thoughts that come through. This is deep, deep soul work. So let me know how this resonates with you. Let me know if you want to chat about this. My email is below. You can always book a free call with me. We can get on a call. I can also share with you about the Soul Talk method if that's aligned for you, as it will take you through this deep journey. So, what is the story you want to tell yourself today? You hold the power. Go create a beautiful day. Let the magic in, and I'll talk to you soon.